What's up, fight fans? Today we are chatting to Michael, the problem Mckinson. Hello, Michael. How are you?
I'm very well. Thank you very much. Thanks for having me on.
It's a pleasure, and thanks so much for talking to us today. I appreciate the time. So you're fighting on the 27th of March against Chris Kongo to challenge for the WBO Global Welterweight title at the Rumble on the Rock in Gibraltar. First off, how are the preparations going for the fight?
Preparations are going better than ever. I'm in the shape of my life, but obviously I'm going to be in the shape of my life. Every fighter will say that leading up to a fight. So I just can't wait to show everybody. I've got a great team around me. I've got great people around me, and we've all took things to another level this time. This is a massive fight for me. It's a fight that I am very confident in getting the job done and winning. But I just can't wait to shock people. That would be the word. I can't wait to shock people.
Amazing. And then with the change in venue to Gibraltar, has that affected you at all in your training preparations?
If anything, I just see it as a positive. I see it as a bonus because I was only given 6 weeks at the beginning. I was only given, it's just allowed us to that extra 3 weeks. I think it was needed, but I am in the shape of my life, really, like physically and mentally. Even with the 6 weeks, it wouldn't have been a problem. But I'll just see everything as a positive. Everything happens for a reason,
So yeah, you've been staying shape, and I suppose that it's obviously not affected your training at all. 6 weeks though, it's for a fight of this size. Probably you would prefer to have had 10, maybe 12 weeks notice.
Ideally, that's what you'd like, but with an opportunity like this, you've got to take it with both hands. People were saying, "Oh, you've got 6 weeks." I haven't. I've had 26 years for this. I've been in boxing my whole life. And every fight I have, I've been knocking at the door to get a fight on the big stage, So it wasn't so much a problem. I kept myself fit and healthy over the new year. But the extra 3 weeks, giving us 9 weeks altogether now, it's really it's a blessing. It is a blessing.
And I don't believe there's ever been a professional boxing card promoted in Gibraltar, or at least not of this magnitude or with this much media exposure. So how do you feel about fighting on such a unique and historic event?
It's going to be bizarre. It's going to be an experience for sure. But I've got a job to solely focus on. I've got a job. I'm going there to get the job done, and that's tunnel vision for me right now. Everyone keeps asking me you must be excited. I'm excited for the whole experience. I'm excited to be on this platform, but I've got a job to do. I have got a job to do, and so yeah, I'm fully focused on getting that done.
All right, so on to the fight with Chris. He's somewhat still learning in the pro ranks, whereas you're more experienced from a pro ranks perspective, but he's a decorated amateur, 70+ fights, Team GB. When you were younger, kind of amateur days and kind of growing up, were you aware of him at that age? And did you ever think one day I'm going to fight him?
Firstly, I'm still learning. I've still got lots to learn. I'm still learning every fight I'm having, every training camp I'm having. I'm learning lots. Obviously, I've got a lot more experience at a better level than Chris has in boxing, in the professional ring. I always knew who Chris was. He's a few years older than me, but I remember he won the junior ABAs one year, and I think I had him on Facebook or something like that from very early on. I think he won the junior ABAs, and he changed his name to Chris Junior ABA Champion for years after. So I've always known him. I've known who Chris was when Sam Bowen knocked him out in the Haringey Cup, 2011. I was sat in the front row when Sam Bowen knocked him out. So I've always known who he was. I'm not sure if he ever knew who I was until recent years. But he is a good fighter. He was a decorated amateur, but You know, Sam McNess was a very good amateur, a decorated amateur, and look what happened to him. I beat him comfortably. So yeah, I'm just excited. Chris is a great fighter, but I'm a great fighter, and I really do believe I can beat him.
All right, and then definitely last out, Chris fought Luther Clay, who you know well, someone you've shared many rounds of sparring with. What did you make of Chris's performance against Luther?
I think it was a good performance against Luther, especially for the time having out before. Because he was very inactive for a while. Chris was. I've done probably 100 rounds with Luther Clay in the past, like before them two fought and stuff like that. And so I have a lot of respect for Luther. You know, I was rooting for him going into the fight, but since that win, it was a good win. Like Chris is Mr. Confidence now. He thinks he's world champion after beating Luther Clay, and what the realization is, I'm levels above Luther Clay. That's no disrespect. I am levels above, and he is going to find out that quick on March 27th. You know, he needs to realize he's in with a different beast now.
All right, and then as an opponent, coming to this fight, what do you think are his most impressive aspects that he's bringing and things to watch out for?
Chris, he's a very athletic fighter. He can punch. He's very quick. He's fit. He trains very hard. I've got him on social media. I've had him on social media for a while, I like Chris. I do like him. This is a business, though, and after my last fight, I called him out. I'm in this sport to change my life. I called him out, and he was the name that was on my lips straight away. Let's get it on, and thankfully I've got my opportunity. I can't wait for it, and I will expose him in a couple of weeks' time, 100%.
And then on the same night as your fight with Kongo, there's another big British clash for welterweights, which is Chris Jenkins versus Eko Isuman for the Commonwealth and British titles. How do you see that one playing out?
I haven't seen a whole lot of Eko. I watched him in his last fight, and I think the fight before. Chris Jenkins is very experienced. He's a very experienced guy. I think it's a very, very good fight. But I think Chris Jenkins has got too much experience for Eko at this stage. That's my opinion. But yeah, fair play to the winner, British champion, British title.
Sure. And I mean, would your focus be on big domestic clashes in the future? Possibly the winner of those two, or obviously Conor Benn, maybe Josh Kelly, or would you prefer to go stateside and get some exposure over there?
I would love to go stateside. I would love boxing in Gibraltar. Is the first time I've ever boxed out of the UK, amateur or professionally. So it'd be good. The three names that I wanted in the UK are obviously Ben, Kelly, and Kongo. I've managed to get one of them now. But I was calling for a domestic fight for a while. Nobody for a while really wanted to fight me for whatever reason. I didn't bring enough to the table, or I'm not a big enough name, or I'm awkward, that'll make them look bad, whatever the reason. So Martin Harkin last time was the first British guy I fought in about 18 months, so fair play to him. But granted, it is levels, and I wanted a big name. I wanted a big domestic name, and I think Chris Kongo is. And I'll prove to the UK. I just wanted my opportunity to prove to the UK that I'm top tier. I'm top tier over it. I've been taking tougher gambles, so international fighters, world ranked fighters, unknown punchers, and I've took more gambles than a lot of people, and it's all paid off. But I did wanted to cement my mark as one of the best in the UK, if not the best, because I do believe I am. And now I'll get my opportunity to actually prove that on the biggest stage in boxing. So I can't wait for this. Really can't.
Sure. So it's more of a matter of get past one, the rest will follow.
I don't really look past each opponent. I've got a job to do. I'm completely focused. I'm solely focused on my job in hand. But it is a great time to be a welterweight domestically. You just got to think of Josh Kelly. He's still top tier welterweight in the UK in my eyes. There's Conor Benn. There's obviously Chris Jenkins, the British champion. There's Chris Kongo. There's a guy who just won the English title the other day, Sam Antwi. He's in the picture. There's good prospects coming through. Lewis Crocker. There's probably Echo Asuman. You know, there's lots of names floating about. I think beating Chris Kongo, it does put me towards the top of that list. But them guys fighting each other, me being thrown in the mix in the future, whatever. It's a great time to be a welterweight in the UK, I believe.
Yeah, fantastic, especially for the fans, because as you mentioned, all those names, you could put a lot of them against each other and they just make for very fan-friendly and very intriguing matchups. So, yeah, it's really good for the fan.
Yeah, if they are like me and Chris, that we back up what we say, and like me and Chris, we said we'd fight each other and we did. There's a lot of talkers, a lot of fake stuff involved in boxing. There is. Me and Chris have proved that we're not none of them fakes right now. So if they're not, if they really do believe in themselves and stuff, the future for British welterweights is going to be exciting for the fans. 100%. There's a good little mix coming through, and there's always names that a lot are not really ever talked about, like my name for a while, you know. It's the people that get the publicity and that overshadow everybody else, but really there's a lot of talent coming through.
Sure. So then looking at kind of two of those names that you mentioned, I'll start with Conor Benn. You know, he's got a really big fight coming up soon, an international opponent, decorated veteran of the division, Samuel Vargas. What do you think? How do you think that plays out?
Personally, I don't see it as a step up from the time before, and I think the media and everything, and Conor himself, they'll big it up as a step up. But that's not taking, which I don't think it is a step up at all. I think Conor beats him easier than he beat Formella in my eyes. But that's not taking anything away from Conor. Like, he's had to deal with a lot of stick from a lot of people for a long time, and each time he takes it on the chin and he delivers and he improves it in the public eye. He's one fighter that's in the public eye 24/7, and he's had it tough because he's had to prove, and every single time he's improving and he's proven people wrong. And like, I was one of them people, like, even now I'd love to fight Conor Benn. That is the guy that everyone wants to fight, but you've got to give him respect. You've got to give him respect because he has dealt with a lot to be able to prove to people, you know. So fair play to him. I think he beats Samuel Vargas. I think he stops him late on. That's my opinion.
Sure. And then just recently we saw Josh Kelly versus David Avanasian. What did you think of the fight, and what do you think is next for Josh Kelly?
Who knows what's next except from him, his family and his team, you know. Like, I backed Avanasian for a year when the first fight got made, or however long ago that was, until fight week, when I see the confidence, I see the shape Josh Kelly was in, and I believe that Josh Kelly hype. Like, and I bet on Josh Kelly, you know. I've sparred him a few times. He's very talented, and he's a very big welterweight. So I don't know if there were any issues in camp, or like, he probably won't make excuses and things like that, because Avanasian's a world-class fighter. He's a proven world-class fighter, you know. So I don't really know what's next for him if he steps up in weight, but he's definitely got a big future. Like, he's definitely still top-tier welterweight in my eyes.
Great. And then I think just lastly, you're a Portsmouth man. How does it feel to get such support and recognition from the football club?
It's unbelievable, you know. As the years go on, obviously, Portsmouth really do get behind me. They really show me support. The football club, everybody in the city, and since this fight's been made, I've been feeling the love, you know. Like, I'm really humbled and like by all of the support that I'm getting. just need to start getting better results in the football, and I'll be happy. But yeah, it's amazing that the club gets behind me. Like, the dream is to fight on the pitch on Fratton Park one day. That is probably one of my biggest dreams in boxing. And every fight I'm having, every win I'm having, it's more and more of a possibility of happening, you know. So, yeah, shout out to my city.
Amazing. All right. Well, but outside of that, as a shout out, did you have any other messages or things to say?
Yeah, I've got a lot of sponsors to thank, because I'll tell you what, the team behind the dream is big, and not a lot of people know, you know. So I don't miss anyone. I've got HS Building that they sponsor me and my younger brother, who's a professional boxer, so we can train full time. So like they're a big key to both of our lives. Shine City, Re-Up Worldwide, the Skyline Group, Gym Buddy, 4 Marketing. And a little story about 4 Marketing, it was actually my old employers before I went full time in boxing, you know.
Amazing.
So that's good. I've got Lee Fitness, my strength and conditioning coach up there. Mission Fitness, where we train. North End Motors, who's my very first sponsors from day one when I was a teenager, not even a pro yet. They believed in me ever since. I've got Whitaker Scaffold Limited, who's just come on board, but I've known them for a while. KRD, which is Curly and Rush Dry Lining. JSG Retail. Trent, which is Trent I'm wearing now, a local company. Dirty South, who's my boxing equipment's always sending me top quality equipment, you know. APC Visuals, who are my boys, they help me out all the time with promos and whatever I need. You know, I've got a lot of support that obviously they don't really get like a lot of mention. So I'm so grateful for everyone that's helped me out to get to this point. Even my sponsors that helped me before and they don't sponsor me anymore, because it's been a long journey. It's been a tough roller coaster, but we're finally where we want to be. So now I'll get this win and we stay where we want to be. You know, this is about putting my city on the map, and I finally got the chance to do it now. So I can't wait.
Best of luck to you. We're looking forward to the fight.
Thank you very much. Nice speaking to you, mate. Thank you.